Hey, Vision Chasers, Dr. Bird here. Today, I want to talk to you about the little things, and how important the little things are. Mastery of the little things is going to help you each day win your day and get closer to your vision of success and beyond. Your victory is found in your ability to master the small things. Now, we often talk about the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers, they were able to hold on to this vision of success of building a machine that flies through the air for many years. They held on to that vision. But you see, they had a problem. They had a problem. Their problem was a big problem. Their problem was the fact that they didn't have the money to fund this project. They didn't have the money to fund this grand project that they wanted in the future. But what they did have was they had the ability to observe. They had the ability to observe. They looked around and they noticed that, seems like everyone is really interested in riding bicycles. Like that's the latest thing. But the reason that we celebrate the Wright brothers was because when you look outside looking in, the observation, the ability to observe that people were interested in bikes, that seems like a very, very small thing compared to this master plan, this vision of success that they had of building a machine that flies in the air, building an airplane, observing that people like bikes. How are the two connected? Well, the two are connected because it was their ability to focus on and steward such a small thing, them observing the people like bikes. They ultimately opened up a bike shop and they used the funds from that bike shop to fund their heart's desire, the master plan of eventually building a machine that flies through the air. There are many cases like that throughout history where we see people do what is seemingly uncommon by mastering the seemingly small things. Small things. Now, this is when we get into this, it's also a matter of paying attention to the delayed gratification. And I've done a video about this and I encourage you to check that out as well, because you see the delayed gratification, it talks about what you do between where you are now and when you ultimately get to your vision of success. What you do with that time is very important. The quote of the week goes like this. It's from an anonymous author. The quote of the week is this: "He that does not save pennies will never have dollars." Once again, he that does not save pennies will never have dollars. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I take from that the small things, the seemingly small things, you mastering those small things, that's like saving pennies. That's like saving pennies, because like I said before, like what you do between where you are and ultimately where you want to go, that's going to be the equivalent of saving pennies, mastering the small things, taking those small steps. Because, I've seen it numerous times throughout my career where there will be people that I'm mentoring, I'm giving some advice to, say, do this, and that. They say, that's not exactly direct. That's not connected to what I really want to do. That's kind of beneath me. It doesn't take all of that. I don't need to do that. That's not really me. I'm too cool for that. I've seen all of that throughout my career. But once again, the people that we celebrate, the people that we quote all the time, they were willing to do those seemingly uncommon things. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about pennies, saving pennies to ultimately get dollars, not everyone is willing to do that. Not everyone is willing to save. Not everyone is willing to delay their gratification. They want to be happy. They want what they want now, and they don't necessarily see the point in doing the little things, mastering the little things. And it's sad, but you're a vision chaser. And I want the very best for you. And I thank you so much for being here to watch and listen to my words. And I want you to apply them to your life as well. So when we talk about the little things, here's something that I want you to also think of. The little things, it's about doing these little things without expecting a payoff that you want. Doing things without expecting the payoff that you want. Now, for one of the things that you can do is volunteering, which I definitely suggest that you do. For those of you who are in school, definitely don't waste your summers. You need to be volunteering. You need to be giving of your time. And those of you who are not in school, you need to be giving of your time as well. Work it in your busy schedule because you do have a job, but it's important to be volunteering, because volunteering, you can help people in your community and you can also get closer to your vision of success at the same time. So that is a win-win. And here's the thing, when you're volunteering, you're acquiring skills based on, you need to be strategic how you pick, what you're going to be doing when you volunteer your time, but you can be gaining skills as you're volunteering. And then additionally, what you can be doing as well is you can make influential connections with people who are going to be important to your career and helping you get closer to your vision of success. So when they see you working hard, doing your very best, and this is a volunteer position, you're doing great things, they're going to notice you and say, wow, this person's got something. They may know someone who works at the company that you ultimately want to work for, and they may say, hey, I want to put in a good word for this person because they are faithful with their volunteer work. They're here every Saturday morning. They do the very best that they can. I think you'd like this person as a part of your corporation. So that's how it works. You master the small things. You stack up those pennies, because eventually that's going to get you to dollars. Now, and that can manifest itself in many ways, where you're doing things without expecting the payoff that you want. That can just also mean just doing a great job, doing more than others are willing to do. For those of you in school, you're doing more than what your teacher wants so that you can get an A plus 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 plus, which doesn't exist, but you're making an impact on the mind of your teacher, and you're letting them know it's like, hey, like I'm a great student. I'm diligent. I'm a hard worker. So just keep that in mind. And then same for those of you who have a job, you're making an impression on your boss. You're letting them know, hey, remember me. I'm a hard worker. When there's an open position for promotion that's coming up, hey, don't forget me. You know what kind of a job that I do. That's what vision chasers do. And it's they're little things. They're equivalent to pennies, but like I said, with the quote of the week, you can't have dollars without pennies. So I want you to keep that in mind. And here's what this also does. When we're faithful with the small things, when we're doing more than what's expected, it helps us to cement great habits. It helps us to cement great habits. When we're faithful in the small things, that's a habit that we want to have throughout our lifetime, because that's going to help us get to our vision of success and beyond. Well, when you're really faithful with the small things, you can't, there's things that you can do and you should be doing, and there's things that you just can't do. You don't have time for laziness when you're talking about the small things. There's no time, because we're talking about stacking pennies in order to get dollars. And so that it strengthens your commitment to developing great habits, and you need that in your life. You need that in your life if you're ultimately going to be successful at reaching your vision of success and beyond. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you all so very much. And until we meet again, please keep chasing the vision.